Yo, what's good, guys? I got some Modern Warfare 2 gameplay for you guys. Seems to be the hot thing right now. I don't know if I should switch it up, throw a little Black Ops in there, like every other one will do a Black Ops. Because I have a bunch of files. I think I filled up my file share, or at least I got 3 or 4 games at least. But, I don't know, let me know if you guys want to see Black Ops thrown in there, or do you guys want straight Modern Warfare 2 until I feel like posting something else? Because I'm down for anything. I mean, I haven't played Black Ops in a while now, since I got this, and I gotta say, I'm not really looking back. We're looking forward, because Black Ops came up after. But anyways, I'm just having so much fun with this game right now. So, commentary. Like I said, I don't really know what to talk about, so I guess I'll talk about my past three weeks, and basically what happened with my car. On Sundays, I do these things called Sunday checkups, where basically I let you guys know what's going on in my life, in my actual life, and in kind of my video game life. And like I'll just kind of give like a wrap up and look at this, bam bam, that's double, thank you. I'm getting my Predator missile. I'm like, all right, I gotta get to cover, and then my teammate gets me killed. And I'm like, oh, come on, kid. But anyways, around 3 weeks ago, it was actually about 3.5. It was Monday. My car needed an oil change, and I was like, all right, I gotta get this done. Oil changes need to be done every 3,000 miles. Or every 3 months, whatever comes first. And I was about 6,000 miles and maybe 5 to 6 months after the early one. So I was basically double due. So I was like, well, you know what, whatever, I gotta fix this. But that weekend before, look at that kid trying to 360 scope. My car had started making a noise whenever I turned in either direction, and I was like, oh, that's not good. Is that my car shitting out? I hope not. So I figured, that Monday, I felt like shit that weekend. I figured, I'll get better, and then I was fine Monday, and I'm like, all right, well, let's get an oil change. My health is improved. Maybe I just need an oil change, and my car will improve. And with that being said, took it down. I talked to the guy. It's like a new place in town, and the guy was really cool. You got to provide great customer service. So I was like, all right, that's not bad. Let's skip over that, all that talk and shit. Basically, the mechanic comes out, yeah, I haven't even started your oil change yet. It had been like 20-25 minutes, and I was like, oh, fucking God, he found something wrong. Obviously, car mechanics always find something wrong. But he's like, yeah, how long has that noise been going on? I'm like, I played dumb. I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, you're gonna need to get that fixed. I was like, oh, you little fucking redneck. Guy was listening to, like, redneck country music, and I didn't really like him at that point, but then I realized, well, that's just stupid not to like someone because my car is fucked, and he's trying to help me out. But, so he, like, while he was doing the oil change, he let me kind of, like, hang around in the garage and stuff, and we basically talked, and he's like, well, this is what you gotta do. He's like, I'm actually showing you the problem, and I know a lot of car places are very, like, well, you can't be in the lift area because it'll, like, in case anything happens. Basically, he showed me what's wrong, and I'm like, all right, well, fuck. Well, I can't drive this. He's like, you gotta be really careful driving this. So I'm like, all right, well, I have a week or two left. I have like a week and a half of school left. I got work. What can we do? I'm like, fuck. I'd actually only used the car for about a week after that, and I took a week of not driving at all. What I did is I rode my bike to work. I mean, I drove 60 miles in a week, which isn't bad because my college one way is 10 miles. So you got to figure, I'm usually cranking out 150 to 200 miles a week. Bringing that down to 60, that saves me a lot of gas money and a lot of worriness because I'm like, well, if my car shits out, well, what the fuck can I do? What can I do? And I decided, you know what? It's like the last week of school, so I looked up the local bus schedule because my car shit out conveniently at the same time last year. So I looked up the bus schedule and I started taking the bus for the last week and a half. I started riding my bike to save my car. I mean, I took my car to work one time, but that's because I don't know actually. I was like, well, fuck it. I don't want to do it today. But I just started riding my bike to work. People giving me funny looks, being like, why are you riding to work? How far is the drive? I'm like, oh, it's about 4.5 miles. And they're like, what? I'm like, it's really not that much. So over the past 2 weeks, I had put in $30 in my tank, which has gotten me 2 weeks of gas. Granted, I didn't do much driving. I'd gotten a lot of exercise from riding my bike. I have saved money and worriness from my car because well, if you don't drive it, then it can't possibly break. So that's how those 2 weeks went. Basically taking the bus to school, and that kind of sucks. I mean, I have to take my skateboard down to the bus stop, and the people on the bus are so goddamn depressing. Basically biking to work, which is about 9 miles there and back, and I bike back in the dark at night, and I'm afraid of the dark. I don't like that, but I figure I have to. It's the only way I'm going to get to work and get paid to fix my car. And I didn't have enough money. I have no money in my bank account to get my car fixed, and I had to wait until the Friday after I got my oil change to get that money, and then I had to wait next week. So I had to wait 2 weeks until I was able to afford to fix my car. But the thing is, over the past of the 2 weeks, I have been not getting as many fast food. I've been making my lunches. I've becoming more kind of mature, if you ask me. I know it's not really mature to call yourself mature, but I don't know. Everything's just been really good ever since my car decided to shit out. Now look at that. That's a 20 and 2 for you guys. But I don't know. It just put a different perspective on life, saying, I can do things without my car. I don't need to buy fast food all the time, and I can save my money and start getting my life kind of back on track, because financially I'm fucked. But that's my goal for this summer.